Hello and welcome to pensionerfitness.com. It's Ian again. Today I want to talk to you about making your own weights in the house so you don't have to go to a gym and spend a lot of money on being a member and travelling to and fro. It doesn't matter what the weather's like, you can do it in your own house. So at 71 I realised I was weak and I couldn't understand why I was weak, and after doing some research, as you know from my last video, I found out about sarcopenia, and I also found out about somatopause, and I realised that they'd made me weak and they'd made me start to get frail, and it bothered me an awful lot. So I decided to do something about it. I said I'll get fit, and I decided to start doing some brisk walking, and I wanted a weight for each hand so when I was walking. So I got these 2 bottles out of the kitchen, which were empty, waiting to be thrown away, and I filled them with water. And the idea was I was going to go walking with these. Now, when I went out and I started brisk walking, which is very good for you, by the way, I passed a construction site. And on this construction site, there's lots of guys running around on the scaffolding, and there was a big pile of sand. And I thought back to when I was a youngster, when I used to fill sandbags in the army, and I thought they're heavier. And so I emptied the water out and I filled the 2 bottles with sand. Let me put these here. And so now they look like this. Now, the 2 small bottles are half-litre bottles. And for those that don't know, a litre of water weighs 1 kilogram. So those 2 bottles were half a kilogram each. But when I filled them with sand, they became 1 kilogram, and which was fine for brisk walking. It was great. And I did my walk, I came back, and I thought, that's great. I enjoyed that, and I've gone from half to 1. Brilliant. But I want to go a little bit bigger. So I went looking around, I found 2 bottles of drinking water, and they're 1.5 litres, which means they're 1.5 kilograms in weight. Now, these are great, and you can do exercises with these, whatever exercises you need to do, you can do with these. But they're quite big for your hands, especially if you've got if you're one of the ladies, they might find that that's a bit big, and of course, wherever you live, there may be bottles of different shape that are easier for you to hold. But anyway, let me put these here. So I thought about it, and I thought, here's an easy way around this. So what I did was I put some cord round so that you couldn't drop them. So if your hand doesn't go all the way around it, just the cord at the top and the bottom over there, and it hangs on your hands. Now you can still do all your exercises that you want to do. You can, whatever exercise you need, but you won't drop them. And the important thing about this is make sure you use plastic bottles, because if you drop them, it's not so bad. If you drop a glass bottle, then you have broken glass on the ground, which is dangerous. So, I'm working away there, I'm thinking to myself, I need to get more weight, because as you know, in a gym or anywhere you're training, when you get to a certain weight, you want to move on, you put more weight on, and gradually you work on that, and then you put more weight on, and you build up by increments. And I wanted to do the same. So I decided the sand was a good idea again, and I went back, and I filled these 1.5 litre bottles with sand. And now they became 3 kilograms. So now this weight is starting to build. But you can do all the exercises you need to do with these. It's getting a little bit heavier. And you've got to bear in mind, if you've done nothing since you were about 40, and you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, right, you need to start off at the bottom with really light weights so that you start to get your system working and thinking about what it needs to do, and gradually you can build on that. Just like a house, you build it brick by brick. Here you build your strength weight by weight. So 3 kilograms, great. I can assure you, if you're over 75, 3 kilograms is going to make you tired when you start working with it. But I was looking for something a little heavier. I wanted to move it on up, and it took me some time to get to this level. But I wanted to move on, and I looked and I found this in the kitchen, which contained bleach. And it's a nice, robust plastic container. It's a 5-litre container. And so when I filled it with water, it became 5 kilograms. Now this is a good weight now. And you can do all your exercises with this. You can do exercises. You can lift it out to the side. All the exercises you need to do. And if you've slowly built through those and you get to this, you'll be stronger. And I guarantee that you will build strength. That's 5 kilograms. I'm looking to go up again. What do? I wasn't sure. But then I came up with an idea. And I got 2 3s full of sand, taped them together, and now I've got 6 kilograms. I can do exercises with this. Whatever exercises I need to do. Get 2. But there you go, 6 kilograms. Now I thought back to this boy, the 5, and I thought, if I fill that with sand, it's going to be 10 kilograms, but it doesn't work like that. So I filled 2 of them with sand, and they became 8 kilograms each. 8 kilograms. So, I can do bent over rows with these, they're great. I can do all the rest of the exercise, but this is 8 kilograms now. Now, if you're 84 years of age or over, this is going to be, if you get to this level, you're going to be significantly stronger than you are right now. But, as ever, I was looking to build on that. And I wasn't sure what to do. And I was reading about kettlebells. And I was reading that kettlebells make you very strong, especially all of the back areas. And I thought, I'd love one of those. But I didn't want to buy one in case, when I got it, it was too heavy for me or I couldn't do it. But being the way I am, I looked at one of these and I thought, I wonder if I can do kettlebell exercises with this. And the handle's big enough for both hands. And so, hinging here, I started doing kettlebell exercises. And I was really quite surprised. It worked very, very well. So, this is my home gym, Some of you probably, look at this a bit skeptical, but it works because now I move very, very well. I can do press-ups, pull-ups, I can work very well. This is great. Now, if you have done nothing for a long time, right, and you've got sarcopenia and you've got somatopause has been eating away at you for some time, you want to start some sort of training. Bodyweight exercises may not be the best way to start. Or like me, I got down to do the press-ups. I couldn't do them. I could get down a little bit and then I just collapsed. Because my arms weren't strong enough to support me. And probably you're going to be like that too. Most of you. Some of you may not. But most of you. And so then I thought about those elastic bands you can get. But I didn't have any. And I'm sitting in the house, and especially, with all this lockdown and all the rest of it, and I'm thinking, what can I do? And of course I came up with this idea, and this worked for me. Some time ago, when I was 71, I used to have pains in my knees, and if I was sitting for any length of time, I'd get up like this, and I'd have to wait a second before I stepped off. Not now. Not now. Now when I'm down, if I've got to move, I'm away. I haven't got a problem. This has worked very well for me. You may not like it, I don't know. But it worked for me, and I'm sure it will work for you. And if you go to pensionerfitness.com and sign on, You know, you will see all of this in action. I'll be doing the exercises with it to show you what to do. Over and above that, I'll be doing exercises for balance and flexibility, and I'll be talking to you about nutrition, and also, because I'm a specialist in it, security, personal security for pensioners. House security, personal security. So, if you look below, you'll find there's an area there, and there's a link. If you click on it, you'll go to pensionerfitness.com, and also there's a like and subscribe button, and I would really like you to press them, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But if you do, I would appreciate it. So, thank you very much. I'll see you at pensionerfitness.com.